Hey y'all, this your girl Lisa, and this is my little rant. So, y'all see the title? Please, please, please pay attention to your children's boundaries. Let me tell you where I got this from. Y'all know your girl been watching Love After Lockup. Because me and baby need the show to watch together, because I don't like a lot of stuff she likes. I don't really like, the housewives and all that stuff. She likes reality shows. I like, NCIS. I like killing and, shooting, and I like that kind of stuff. So we try to find stuff to meet in the middle, or we just find something that is so off the wall that. So I decided we do Life After Lockup. It's funny, give me something to talk about, and it's reality. So there you go. So here's my issue on these shows. I'm going to speak about women this time. Gentlemen, don't feel left out. You can apply this to you if this is the situation when you're in, but I'm speaking about women right now, okay? Um, and while it does apply to gay relationships, lesbians and men, this is going to be just straight up men, women, and kids. Okay. But I'm focusing on the ladies. I'm gonna focus on the ladies. I'm gonna come back with the dudes. I'm gonna get y'all. I haven't got anything yet to rant about because normally y'all are the protagonists in this situation. So don't feel bad because I know that it's not all men. I know it's not the majority of men. I know. So if I say all, know that I know it's not all. So I start by the saying that. So we're watching, and here's what makes my whole behind itch. And y'all know that's a lot of ground to cover. You know what I'm saying? That's not a little bit behind the itch. It's a lot of ass itch. Okay. And here it is. I get, moms, that you should not have to give up your whole life for your children. I get that you should not have to give up your happiness and your sexuality for your children. I get all that. But you do. Okay? You do. You decided to have this baby. You decided to have this baby with somebody that didn't want to be with you. You decided to have this baby that had two other women pregnant at the same time you was pregnant, but you still decided to have this baby because you thought he was going to act right, but clearly he wasn't because he was doing it to two other women that he wasn't acting right with neither. I'm speaking about somebody in particular. I don't remember her name, but I'm just going to speak on the situation. And I'm going to speak on other situations. But her situation is the one that got me to where we are today. So they have been talking online on he's in jail. She's not for 2-3 years, couple years. They have never met in person until the day he got out of jail. They met in jail, and she had never personally met him except for the day he got out, which means they were just talking. So for people who have not been in jail, we're going to use the online analogy. So if I'm speaking about jail and you've never been to jail, but you understand the situation I'm talking about because you have done something similar to just being online, we're gonna have online and in jail be, what's the thing when they got the little what's the mark, jail online. So that's y'all know the mark. I can't think of what it's called, but y'all know the one I'm talking about, the little slash mark. Jail/online. So you're going to get married to somebody you just met who has been in jail for an extended period of time. I want to say 6 years. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, you and your online boo have just been talking online for 6 years. You have never met in person. You don't even know how this person chews in real life. But on the first time meeting this person, you're going to not only invite this person to come live with you, you're going to marry this person. But you have a 9-year-old daughter who has never met this man in person. Now, you want to joke about all the online and all over the phone dates y'all had. She's had nothing with this man. This is your daughter. And I'm not going to say this man is a pervert and he's going to look at this girl any old kind of way. That's really not what this talk is about. This talk is about the fact that you have no business bringing somebody around your daughter that you don't even know or your son. You doing all this? Are you ready? He's gonna be your stepdad, and he's gonna live in the house, and you're gonna have to deal, and basically you're gonna have to deal with it because I'm the mom and I'm gonna bring this man to the house. Okay, so we gonna be married. This your stepdaddy, and you got to do what he say, and he's saying all the right things because shit, he just got out of jail. It would be good for you not to say bad things because jail is just a phone call away. Ladies, respect your children's boundaries. Stop bringing these. And it took me 3 months before I took my son with me to Texas. And we stayed there 5 months. And it was, they stayed separated, you know. It don't do it. Respect your kids' boundaries. If your kids tell you something, respect them. If they feel some kind of way, respect them. And when and if you get yourself in that situation like I did, get the fuck out as soon as you can. Now I digress. I went to me. Y'all know I done told y'all that story. Let's go. The reality is that respect your children's boundaries. DC didn't meet Nick until we started dating. We started talking in July, and she didn't physically meet Nick until October. By the time we spent the night up there, we she had known Nick almost 6 months. By that Christmas, was it almost 6 months? October. She talked to him, I talked to him. So October, 3 months that we spent Christmas together. Do not put your baby in a situation where she feels like you're gonna have to choose between her and somebody else. You don't know how this person's going to act. You don't know how this person's act. You don't know how this person really acts. One day, you know them one day and you get married. You know them 1 week and you about to have them living in the house with you and your baby. And I'm not talking about anything sexual. Let's put that off the table. Let's take that all the way out of the equation. That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about his temperament, his anger, the way he feels about religion, the way he feels about punishment, who he thinks he is in the house, who he thinks you are in the house. Do you not think your children have issue with that? You're going to bring your baby into a house that has only been you and your baby. And now all of a sudden, you got some man that you don't know telling your baby what to do. What do you think's going to happen? You got some man she don't know. And her friend's going to be like, who is that? Well, that's my mama husband. Your mama who? Where your mama get married? Where your mama get a husband from? Respect your kids' boundaries. The same as online. You don't know who you're bringing into your house, people. You don't know how they mesh in a family situation. That's what I'm talking about. You and your kid are a family. I don't care if it's just you and your kid. I don't care. That is a whole family. You and your child, you and one child is a whole family. Me and Nick are a whole family. DC and Brittany, a whole family. Brittany, her husband, and her child, a whole family. Now, do we make another family because we all together? Yes. But there's three separate families within this one family. Four, actually. There are three sets of parents and there are three kids. And then together we make one big family. So you bring in another person into a family unit and you want that other person to act like you want your family unit to keep going the way it was going. But it's not going to, because now you've added somebody to it. But you don't know this person like that in a family situation. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies, you have men that believe that they are the head of the family, regardless of whether or not they got a job, regardless of whether or not they bring anything to the table. They think that because they are the man, that they are the husband, they are the head of the family. You have men that think they can discipline your children because y'all are married. You have men that have very misogynistic views of women. For all the ladies with female with little girls. Once you bring them into your home, it's too late. If you got little boys and you don't want your little boys to act like him, it's too late. Y'all done brought him in the home. You integrated him into the family without it being an actual family, because don't none of y'all know him. You think because you talk to somebody on the phone, you know their words. You know what they want to convey to you so that you will look upon them favorably, but you do not know how they will act in a home family situation because you've never been in one. You've never been on a date. You never hung out. He never spent the night. He never spent the weekend. Hell, he never spent no time because he been in jail or because he been clear across the country. But after one kiss, you decide, well, that's enough to uproot my entire family, change the dynamic, and expect this child to be okay with it. Respect your children's boundaries, y'all. These babies, more often than not, can be a victim to their parents because their parents forget that you did give up your life when you became a mama. You gave all that up because now you mama and now you everything to somebody. I'm not gonna say you can't get it back, and I'm not gonna say there's situations where families don't mail, but that takes time. I love DC with all my heart, but I'm almost positive had I been shitty to her daughter, and as much as she loved me, I don't think you would have known anything about DC and Lisa. If my baby wasn't comfortable, if she didn't want to deal with my baby, you want to know anything about Lisa? You might know DC, but you want to know me? You and your baby are family. It's nice. A partner, sex, all that's nice, but it ain't necessary because you have decided that your job for the next 25, 30, 100 years or so is to be this person's parent. Now, during that time, your children will grow and you have given them a stable foundation. And then you'll start bringing people around, but you'll bring them around so you can see how this person interacts with your child before you make a permanent decision. So you can see if how he talks to your baby is something you can deal with. Or you can tell if when he gets mad, because he's not gonna get mad with you before y'all meet. Hear me, y'all. Most of these women on this show, their man have been actively talking to other women just like they talking to them, but they've overlooked it. I don't know whether it's to be on the show. I don't know whether it's really no men out there. I don't know whether or not they didn't think they could go get them a girlfriend. I don't know. But almost every one of them have found their man talking to another woman while they was in jail, and they've overlooked it. But you cool about bringing your kids around this person. You cool about bringing this person to live in your house. You don't know how this person will react to your children. Respect your children's boundaries. When your children put up boundaries, respect them. If your children don't want to be around somebody, it's a reason. Respect that. If your children don't want to hug and kiss all these random ass relatives you bring them around, respect that. If your children does not want to hug and kiss the man that you are dating, respect that. And remember that you and your babies are a family. You don't need a man. Man, you don't need a woman. You and your babies are a family. Respect your baby's boundaries. Give your baby solid foundations. Let your baby know that their family is stable, that they can look back and they realize that I got this, and my mama has taught me this, and my daddy has taught me that. Because if you don't respect your boundaries, if you don't respect their boundaries, they won't learn that their boundaries are supposed to be honored, and then other people will take advantage of them. Understand that everything we do to our kids or for our kids is a lesson, and it is also a building block for them to build their lives on, to build themselves on. If you give them unsturdy, if you give them a ragged ass foundation, come on now. Respect your baby's boundaries. Just because you need love, don't mean that same love is for your kids. Think about what I'm saying. You have never even slept in the same bed with this person. You don't even know if you'll like sleeping with this person, but you will bring them to your house as a stepfather to your child. It ain't easy, but respect your baby boundaries. Realize that a family is what you make it. That's all I had to say. That made my booty itch. And the reason was, it was this one. He got out of jail. He asked her to marry him the day he got it. She went and picked him up. They got out of jail. They kissed. They went and got a marriage license. They got married a week later, and she had to introduce her daughter to her new stepdaddy 2 or 3 days before their marriage. But you ain't never. But you only slept with this man yesterday. This first time you slept. You don't. I can't. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and respect your baby boundaries. This your girl Lisa. Hit that notification bell so that every time I do a little rant or drop a video or go live, you guys can join me. Thank you guys. It's your girl. Bye, y'all.
Yeah. You see KOOLAID and Lisa doing challenge on your head top. Yeah, you know what's happening when you tune in. Story times, pranks, and blogging, man. We a great big family, we the bomb squad. We on that grind to a number with a K, best believe you'll stay. You can chill with the fam like most of y'all do. You see KOOLAID, Lisa, and Nick too. With Charles and Barbie living that YouTube life. We love our fans and supporters, we a family, dude. So come on down to Bomb Squad Town. Have a seat watching videos. And nobody likes to hate. Keep it positive and have a nice day. Oh, I forgot. Smash that like button. Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad.